everybody. Very excited. Still learning. Keep looking at stuff. Keeping with the theme, we got the Cub game going though today. My girlfriend is over at the game, and oddly enough, my friend Phil. Long story about Phil. Um, just interesting. I wound up running into this guy everywhere. I've run into him in Chicago. I've run into him. Oh, where was the craziest place? I can't even think off the top of my head. Didn't think I was getting into that at the moment. Where was it? Oh, I seen him at every single World Series game on television. I watched the Indians and Cubs, and somehow he was on television every single game, 7 games in a row. And then he just pops up randomly. So it's just this amusing thing because he lives here in Arizona. Um, so anyway, I thought that was amusing. So being that they're both at the game currently, not the only reason. I like the Cubs as well. Um, I am diehard Met fan, but you got to root for the Cubbies. My dog's name is Wrigley. He's a handsome little guy. Let's see if we could get you a little. Oh, look at that, buddy. He is a handsome boy. Anyway, um, the planets are aligned today, if I'm not mistaken, is the 17th. And as crazy as this sounds, the 18th, 19th, and 20th, the planets actually, apparently, according to ChatGPT, arc over the Earth. Is it 7 or 9 planets? I have to look it up again. But they entirely arc over the Earth with like 2 of the planets being the base. Just this remarkable thing. And we're in such a remarkable changing of times. The cryptocurrency board, this is happening, people. Whether or not you understand it, whether or not you like it, it's happening. Um, I think most people, not most, but a lot of people, it's complicated. And not everybody sees it the same way, which makes it even more remarkable. Um, I would do yourself a favor. Do yourself a few favors. First off, watch a 2-hour video on Bitcoin with maybe I like Mark Moss. Um, Off the top of my head, he's one who explains it very well. I've heard, well, obviously Michael Saylor, but he's a little more eccentric. Um, there's quite a few people out there. I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to just YouTube it and figure it out. But put in the time, put in the 2 hours of time, and try to understand it. It's worth it. It's clearly worth it. I mean, all of the money is going to be moving on these types of blockchains, so you might as well start looking into crypto. Number two, everybody should start their own channel because we are the media now, and you can basically tell it how it is. There's a little bit more of the uncomfortability and all that stuff, but you get on, and I think that the way things have been going, we now have we can document it, and we should document it. The workforce has been a nightmare, which is half the reason I'm here. I don't want to do it anymore. I can no longer. Things are going wrong. I'll give you an example. I'm taking a course online. I had to take a test, a class online for the legality of what we're legally allowed to do in bar and restaurants and with food and health department and all that stuff. As I'm taking the test, the illegal stuff is going on right outside on the patio. And there's nobody to do anything about it. There's no security. There's no, it would be me. And after 30 years of this, not gonna be me. They have to. I take care of my area, what my situation is, but I guess they're not public areas, but the private areas that are not part of my space should be regulated. You're having people just getting themselves hurting themselves, drinking to oblivion, all sorts of bad things. The cops are called at in the 3 hotels that I've worked at in the last 5 years. Cops have been called not by me, but I don't want to exaggerate and say every month, but all the time, all the time. Um, and the reason is because they let people do things that they are not legally allowed to do, and no one cares. And when you bring it up as a person who is liable for a lot of these people, they get upset and they don't want to hear it. And and I understand people want to come in, they want to have a good time. Things are expensive. I understand all of that, but the way they have it structured is it is on the actual bartender, which again I think it should be, because you have to have some responsibility for the circumstance when you're dealing a drug. Alcohol is a powerful drug. They call it a spirit for a reason. And when you're doing that, and the people surrounding you don't have your back per se, the it's impossible to feel comfortable going to work. I feel nervous going to work all the time, knowing that there's going to be people overly intoxicated, illegally allowed to be intoxicated that way, that have been sitting at the pool all day and getting that way, and then come in to me, and I can't. Number one, they can't legally allowed. They're not legally allowed to drink out there, but the hotels don't do anything about it every day. Then I walk in at 4:30, and half the crew from Saturday and Sunday, half the people that are by the pool are bombed, and that's all fine and dandy. But it's on their own booze, and then they expect me to give them a shot or this or that. And once I give them that shot, then I become liable. And then they go back in the pool and drown, and it's my fault. And no one will have my back. No one at a hotel in the last 5 years will have my back on this issue. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I decided that I'm not going to do that anymore. Um, and I'm retiring. So here I am today. Again, actually, I'm just kind of practicing. I'm checking out my new mic, see if this thing's going to work for the time being. I don't think the other one's so terrible, but I know I need an upgraded system. I need more power. Um, Definitely going to need a new computer. We got the business started this week, and at the planetary parade, we're getting the moonshot Tesla coming in during the parade. I think we're getting it on. Actually, we get it Thursday, right? So if it's Monday's the 18th, 19th, 20th, we get it the day after, but I'm saying this is the most visual time, I guess, the 18th through the 20th. But it's actually better because the 18th, 19th, and 20th, I think the market, all the crazy stuff's going to happen in these next 3 days. An opinion, but the planets are literally aligned, and I find that remarkable with everything else that's going on. Um, so we'll see. It should be an interesting week. A lot of things going on, and we will find out on Monday. I'll be back tonight to probably, well, I'm going to be around for the Met game. I'm still deciding on how I'm going to do this. Usually going to be not an hour stream or 2 hour stream, I don't think. More clips this size. Um, yeah, but I'm still trying to put it all together in my head. I have new ideas all the time, and I never really am one to write things down. So I don't know if I have to start doing that because my brain's on fire, and I have lots of ideas, and I'm really excited. So the car comes in on Thursday, and we start the next um, mission. This will be number two. So there'll be the videos coming out from the new car and how we're going to start the process, and hopefully how I can help you and you can help me, and we could grow this thing to not just my thing, but everybody grow their own thing, business wise. This is the future. There is no question. This is the future. Um, we're basically all living in our own Truman Show now, and that's, in a way, it's bad, but in a way it's not so bad because we can identify who these people are that are invading our country. destroying our net worth, our actual worth too. Because I feel like my worth at work is no longer, not that it was, I'm always replaceable, and I'm very aware of that. I've been replaced many times. Um, but it's not so much the replaceable as when I'm there, I don't feel, just don't feel good about doing it anymore. I mean, the guests and everything are actually fine, but most of the time the guests are complaining to me at how bad everything else is. And that's, how long do you do that for? Every day I come to work like, oh, the person who was working last night was awful. They did this, they did that. I'm like, sorry. What do you? But nobody else wants to step up their game, and yet you're on show for the whole place all the time, every day, and they won't back you. So anyway, point being, I'm done. That's my rant for that for the day. I have plenty of stories that we can get into about that. But the Cubbies taking a lead 2-1 in the top of the sixth. My girl's at the game with her brother, and I'm so excited for them. I think it's really good. It's great. It's great that they're together at that game. I'm rooting hard for the Cubbies, but I had to get something out there real quick. I just wanted to say hi. And we'll be seeing you later tonight. I hope this mic works. And within the next few weeks, I really am looking forward to a lot of plans. So the planets are aligned. It's called the Planet Parade. All right, guys. Planet Parade.